Merry meet Aries, Aries sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. This is a 2-week reading for all you Aries starting today, the 28th of June, 2024. This is Ariel and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Suzanne, the lovely Vanessa, and on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, Suzanne, Vanessa, and Dre, and thank you to all you Aries and friends of Aries for joining us today. Let's see. Today I'm reading with this Tarot de Maria Celia. It's a beautiful deck. I've already purified with this 4711 cologne. You can find links to purchase each of these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. This does go out to a lot of Aries, by the way, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard the reading because it's probably not meant for you. Check out instead the other signs, the readings for the other signs in your chart, sun sign, rising sign, moon sign. Or remember that we have a daily reading for all signs 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday. You can find the most recent readings, restreams of those readings on our website, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. By the way, if you're watching on a restream on YouTube and you don't want to watch all this shuffling, just use the timestamps to get right to the video, to the reading, excuse me. If you're on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us. Our shop is at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. That's affiliate links, meaning we make a small commission off of each and every sale. Our new shop should be up soon. You may want to check out our, sign up for our email so that you don't miss that when we have that launch and all the other announcements that we make. You can go to arielscorner.com and in the footer, you can find a place to sign up for the emails. You can give a donation to this channel by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga. You could also use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you're on YouTube. We do appreciate your support. And we do appreciate you, Aries, for being here. Super excited to read for you today. I think this is shuffled plenty. Let's do one more. I'm going to give this deck a nice clean cut and see what is in the cards for all you gorgeous Aries. Alrighty, we start out with the Pope, followed by the 7 of Swords, and then the 10 of Swords. Okay, so we don't want this 10 of Swords to be a thing. See, what happens is this authority figure here, or these authority figures, seem to be in your head, seem to be getting into your head. So there's some sort of person or situation or organization, family, something like that, that seems so important and so big, and they're the Goliath to your David. And right now, whatever that conflict is that is being that is happening, like it's probably internal conflict, but whatever the conflict is, even if it's not internal only, is being turned around. There's a beautiful thing going on with that you're, wherever there was conflict, there's resolution. Wherever there was poverty, there's prosperity. A lot of wonderful resolution to some conflict that's been happening. But then you go, and remember with the 10, it's always you. It's not something happening to you. Then you go and double down on the conflict. And why are we doing that? I don't know. I'm going to open this up and see. But that's a choice. You don't have to do that. Let the resolution happen. Let the resolution be. And you don't have to go back into the conflict. You don't have to revive that or finish that off. Let it go. Let it go. There may be a need to prove to somebody or prove to yourself that, and I'm not going to take that anymore or something like that. And then you go back in and you do the conflict some more. But live by the sword, die by the sword, Aries. You don't want to do that because ultimately what you're doing is destroying yourself. You don't want to destroy yourself, even figuratively, even temporarily. You don't want any of that. So rethink that. Let this upgrade happen. Let this resolution happen and be done with it. Put whatever this is in your past and leave it there. Leave it there for good. Let's see. I'm going to see more about what this really is. We've got a nice 8 of Cups, Two of Coins, and the Four of Wands. There's no reason for this. I think it's just an Aries thing. I think it's just an Aries thing. You just get so used to being in, in a warrior attitude that you're like, oh, that was a little bit too easy of a resolution. Shouldn't I just, mix it up a little bit here? So you just avoid that tendency, because it's a really positive reading other than that. I mean, it's very positive reading. You've got this beautiful Eight of Cups, which is giving you all those intuitive hits. There is some impatience with money, but that seems to be resolving. This is 2 weeks is meant to be a week of expansion and growth in your career and in your work. So this Ten of Swords is, remember, it's your doing, and you don't need to do that. This isn't happening yet. It's not something that is inevitable, and it's not your fate. It's not something that's unchangeable, but it's your tendency. It's where you're tending towards. It's what you're tending towards. So watch your temper. Watch all of that stuff. Be aware that your tendency is to want to just go and, upset everything. And you don't want that. Just because it's your tendency doesn't mean it's going to make you feel good. Even in the moment, it might make you feel good for a second, but it's not going to make you feel good. So rethink that. Let things resolve. They are resolving. It's like the universe has this. You don't need to put your 2 cents in. You don't. Just let the universe take over, and let it resolve and stay resolved, and feel good about the fact that you made a better choice and that you didn't go down that road again. That Aries road of, well, just let me just tear up this place a little bit, show them what I'm made of, kind of thing. You don't want to do that. Even if you think you're right, and you may very well be right about something, but don't think twice. Count to 10 before you react. Count to 20 if you need to. Just keep counting. Don't react, because it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you one bit. And you'll get to the other side of it and say, why did I do that? Don't do that to yourself. Instead, focus on this wonderful expansion of your work. Get some things together. Finish some tasks. This is a very great card. This 4, there's a lot of Jupiter, and Jupiter is not only, and I'll get back to the tasks and all that in a second, but I just don't want to forget this. Jupiter is not only expansion of your business, which it really very much is in the suit of wands, but it's telling you that where you can find your mercy and your goodwill is through that as well, through your work as well. So if you're focusing on getting some things in order at work or with your work, ordering your workspace, getting, like we said before, finishing unfinished tasks, just getting things together, that in and of itself is a balm, is that Jupiterian balm that can definitely quell this need to destroy, this destructive urge. And it has something to do with this authority figure. Somehow this authority figure is triggering some sort of unresolved trauma, and it's probably a parental thing. And so you can go within and resolve whatever that thing is inside your mind, working with your inner guide here, this 8 of Cups, and you can resolve it instantly. So you don't have to act out. That's the problem, is if we don't resolve things internally, we act out, and then we hurt ourselves and sometimes hurt other people around us, and we get to the other side of it and say, why did I do that? What was that? That was weird. Well, it wasn't all that weird if you really follow it back and realize that you have unresolved anger and trauma and things like that you could easily resolve by going within and working on some forgiveness, or working on whatever your inner guide is going to work on with you. This impatience with money also is something that you want to take care of. You don't want to there's some rashness here that we want to avoid. And that's a very Aries thing, but you're not the typical Aries if you're watching this. You're wanting to move into a more enlightened version of yourself. And the more enlightened version of yourself operates on a higher level. It's not all about temper. It's not all about anger. It's not all about impatience and not being able to, to handle waiting and things like that. That's very low level Aries. And that's not you. It maybe used to be you, but that's not you anymore. Remind yourself of that. Just say, I don't do that anymore. I have plenty of patience. I've worked my tuchus off trying to get this patience, and I'm going to use it now. I'm going to use my patience. I am going to count to 10. I am going to give grace instead of anger. I am going to give grace rather than destruction. I don't need to destroy anything. That's that Mars untamed. You don't need to do that, and you're not going to do that. You're going to notice that tendency, and you're going to think again. Instead, you're going to go within and say, what is this really? I know that I want to act out. I know I want to lash out. I know I want to destroy everything in this place because I'm so pissed off at something or whatever it is. And that's fine. You want to acknowledge that. But then you go within and you say, what is this really? And how can I resolve this? Because I don't like this. I don't want to be in this situation, internally or externally. So what can I do? And your guide is going to tell you. And it's probably going to be take some breaths, chill out. It's time to forgive somebody because this is really about dad, or this is really about whatever it is. This is really about something else. And your guide's going to say, and it's not a big deal for you to forgive. It's not a big deal for you to find peace with this. You can do this in a second, and we'll work on it together. And that's time well spent. And you've been doing that already. You've been working on yourself. So continue that. Don't say, well, I'll come back to that later. I just really have to have a fit. I just really have to destroy some things because I'm so angry about something, right? So I think for most of you, this is, like I said, some sort of unresolved authority figure issue that is coupled with an impatience to want to get to the next phase more quickly than is happening. That's causing you to act. That's causing you to possibly want to act rashly and destroy things that are not irreparable but unnecessary. And you're going to go through you can save yourself a lot of a lot of frustration. You can save yourself a lot of defeat. You can save yourself a lot of problems by just counting to 10. Say, nope. I'm not going to react. I'm going to think differently about this. I'm going to resolve this at its core, at its cause. I'm going within. I'm going to allow that resolution to keep happening, because this resolution is in action right now. So you will have to, in order for you to undo that, you have to make a very conscious choice. I don't care about this resolution. I don't care about the fact that things are coming together for me. I'm angry and I want to express my anger in a destructive way. Right? So you don't need to make those choices. You can make a new choice, and you will make a new choice. I have every faith in you that you will make that new choice, especially now that you know about it. And then instead of going through having to deal with cleaning up this huge mess that you make, you will instead be spending all of that time and energy expanding your work, expanding your business, expanding your success. And then this financial stuff is just going to resolve itself because it's in the process of resolving. So you don't want to push the river. You don't want to push the boat. Everything's resolving. Everything is wonderful. It wants to be wonderful right now. So listen to that inner guide. Don't go off half-cocked, and lean into that order. Lean into that, and lean into that intuition. Move into more and more and more sessions with that inner guide where you're listening to that still small voice and allowing for the resolution that's already happening to take great effect where you don't interfere with it. All right, thank you so much for spending some time with me. This is going to be a fun couple weeks for you. Thank you so much to the amazing moderators. We had the lovely Suzanne, the lovely Vanessa, and the lovely Dre. And we will see you in a couple weeks, Aries. Blessed be.